Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are good. So today we're going to talk about break-even stop loss, trading stop loss, lot sizing, and profit targets. So please like this video if you enjoyed the content and hit that subscribe button. Also remember my brokers in the description, so please check them out. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's get into it. So we're going to use the martingale strategy that we discussed last video. So please check that out if you have it. So for us to do a break-even stop loss, we need some variables. So let's set that up. So I'm going to have a boolean called enable break-even, and this could be true by default. So then what we need is some other variables to tell us when to initiate this break-even. So we could have it based off of a percentage of our take profits. So we could say double the TP points, or let's say percent of TP for break even. So you could give this 60. Percentage of take profits for break even. And we could have another one. So we'll call this the break even, or let's call it a percentage of TP to move lesser. So basically what we're saying is if we get to if we're in a position and we're in profits of about 60% of our take profits, which if we do some maths, 500, so that's sorry, 0.6, 300. So if our position moves in our favor 300 points, we then want to activate our take profit and move it to 30 points, 30% of our take profit, which is about 150 points. So I hope that's clear. So let's continue. So next thing we need to do is on init, we need to do some checks. So if enable break-even protection and the percentage to move stop loss is greater than the percent for break-even, we should return an error. So basically, if we are in it, so basically, if we say we want to move, like if the position gets to what's it called? So like 40% and we want to move our stop loss to 90%. That makes no sense. So we need to have some checks here to prevent us from doing that. So let's go on. So let's create a function and call this the handle break even. So this takes in a position info position. Then we also need, I could just leave it at that. So then what we can then do is to do some checks. So if the position exists and the position the profit is greater than 0, that's meaning we're in profits. So we can then get some variables. So we need the points for the symbol info double symbol points. We need the bid and the axe. I've got the axe as well. And we also need the digits. So like USD JPY is like 2 digits. Same with gold. And GBP/US is like 5 digits. So we need to get the accurate digits for that symbol to be able to format our prices correctly. So this one symbol digits. Then we could do, so I know we have our take profit points. So we could do the minimum percentage to initiate break even. So this is the percentage of our take profits. So this is equal to the 100, and we have the percentage to move break even. All right. Yeah. So then what we could do is to get the price. So mean break even price equals to the is a normalized double. So yeah, we're trying to get the open price, so the position, the open price plus our points multiplied by the take profit points, then this multiplied by the minimum break even initiates. Then we format this in digits. This should be an S. All right, so what we're doing here is the take profit points multiplied by our break-even percentage, which would be 60%. So this will give us about 300, like we checked last time. So the open price, then we multiply that 300 by the points. So in this case, if it's GBP the points would be like 0.001. So that gives us this. So our open price plus that will give us the price that we want to initiate our break-even from, our break-even point at. So then we also need to get the break-even stop price. So this will be pretty much the same thing here, but we're going to use the percentage to move break-even. But if the position that is a sell, we need to change all of this because if it's a sell, it needs to go the opposite way. So it's not a positive, it's a negative. So let's change this, guys. All right. So if it's a sell, we're going to get the open price minus our percentages. Sorry, this must be take profit points as well. This is the percentage to, yeah. So we fix that. So what we need to then do is to have our check. So if we've not moved this, it's not equals to the break-even stop price. Then we then need to have like a Boolean value if we need to update the stop loss. So this will equal to the open, this will equal to the current price being greater than our main break-even price, and the position that stop loss being less than our P stop price. So this will tell us if we should update our position, if we should update our stop loss. So if we're checking in the current price, if the current price is greater than or equals to the mean price, that we need to update our break even to when it gets to that 60%, and our stop loss is not at the current price of our break even stop loss that we want to take it to, then we need to update that as stop loss. So also remember, if it's a sell position, we also need to do something else. Yeah. So the should update SL will be position the current price being less than or equal to mean break-even price, and the position the stop loss being greater than weekly stop loss. So just the opposite. So once we have that, we now have the price and we need to take our break-even stop loss to. So we can now just check if we should update our stop loss. We can now update market position and pass it the position and position info, and then pass the price that we need to update it to. And we could pass it the stop take profit as well. So yeah, so this is the method for that. So I just need to confirm if we have our stop loss and take profit on our position structs. Okay, yeah, we do. If we check our get position, you can see that we get the stop loss and take profit. All right, so let's test it out and see if it works. Or rather, we've not started calling the function, so let's do that as well. So we could do it. Yeah, we could do it here. So if enable break even, we can call the method handle break even and pass it our position info. But before we do that, let's get the position. So we need a way to always pull that position out. So we could say in our initialized variables, we do get all positions here. But let's create a new method to pull in the highest profitable position. That's the position that has, that is greater than $0. So I'm going to paste that function in now. All right, so let me paste that in now. And format that. So we're going to do a method called find position with profit. This takes in the positions array and also a direction. So in case we want to get the losing position, the one that is in loss and the one that's in profit, we could just use this string to determine that. So we first check if we have position, so it's not equal to 0, or if it's equal to 0, we return a empty position info. Then we get the first, we set the highest object as the first position, and then we just look through it. So if the first position's profit is not higher than the next position's profit, we update our highest object. And if we are using the low, which would be trying to get the lowest profit, we then just flip it and check if the profit is less than the highest object's profit. Then we set that variable. If we don't see anything, we just return an empty position info object. If not, we return that highest object. So that's basically what this does. And we put it in the orders class so we can reuse this. So if we go back to our martingale, or rather back to our orders, we can now create a new position info and call this the highest profitable position. All right, so let's compile this. So in our martingale, all we need to do here is to say our highest profitable position equals to find position with profits and give it all the positions. So this will give us that variable. So then on our handle break even, we can pass this as our position to use for our handle break even. So let's compile this and test it out. All right, guys. Before we do that, we need to update some of our logics. So if you go to our structures, I need to add a new structure here. So this position price struct will help us calculate the stop loss price and the take profit price, and just give us an idea of how much profit that we could get. So just replicate this on your end. Then we need to do some adjustments as well. So if we go back to the structure, our position info would have something we call position prices. which is going to make use of this structure. So we could have this here as well, position prices. All right, let's compile this. I'm missing a semicolon here because let me push this to the top and see if that fixes it. So we also need to add the same thing to our order info. So let's quickly do that. All right, compile, good. All right, so let me paste that piece of code here and format this. So what this does is it's going to return a position price struct that we just created. So this is the set position price info, which takes in a position on or an order. And if we don't have this, we could pass in some custom variables just to get the actual prices calculated for us. So we get the price using if the position exists, we get it from the position. Else, if the order exists, we get it from the order. Else, we use the alternate price that we're going to pass in. Same with the volume, same with the symbol. Then we can get the point and the digits, and we can check if it's a sell or not. Then we calculate the TP points based off the price, adding to the TP points, take profit points multiplied by our points, and the stop loss being a subtraction. But if it's a sell, we want to do the opposite. And then we can just create our position price structure here and return that. So we need to also add this order is sell. So let's do that. So we could have a bull is buy, bull is sell. So here we could then do is buy equals to false and do it sell equals to false. All right, so let's compile this, and then we need to also just get that. So in our get order, yeah. So we can have an order that is buy equals to order that is buy stop, or order that is buy limits. And our order that is sell equals to order that is sell stop, or order that is sell limit. All right, great. So once that's done, we need to then refactor this our code. So at this point where we open a new position, let's check what this function does again. So this takes a take profit and a stop loss. So now we can actually use our method to calculate this. So the way we could do that is to have let's create a global variable. I could put it in the orders actually. New position structure. And so over here we can then do, I didn't spell that correctly. Equals to the new method we just created, set position price info. So here we could pass an empty position because we don't have any of this. And the symbol is this symbol and the alternate price. So we could use the bid symbol if a double. And the volume is the lot size we're trying to open. What else is there? A cell would be, let's see, if the starting position equals to other type cell. All right, so what this will give us is the stop loss. So we can do the actual stop loss, actual take profit. Let me confirm this. Yeah, actual take profit. All right, so the way this works is we won't need to update our market position anymore. So let's just quickly test that this works. All right. So that didn't work. We're getting an error about the stops. All right, guys, so let's see what's going on. So we check this open market position. The issue is coming from the stop loss and the take profit being integers. So that's why it's not using the right values. So let's compile this and test. All right. So yeah, we do get the TP and SL properly set up. But if you can see, this is like 492, this is like 508. So it's not really as accurate as we want it to be. So that's why we need to also just update our market position, right? So next thing we could do is to change this function as well. So we do get the stop loss and take profit. So we just need to use exactly what we are sending this guy. And yeah, I think that should work. So when we do create that new position, it's going to get the correct take profit and stop loss just because it has the accurate price that we're able to get into the market. So the reason why this is not accurate is because of the price we're able to get into the market at. It's not the current bid that we sent it. So hence why we should update our positions once we are able to get into the market correctly, except you're using other limits. So yeah, so that's the new position dot position prices dot actual stop loss position dot position price actual take profit. And let's compile this and test it again. All right, so this time we didn't get, we updated it to 0. Let's check what's going on. All right, so if you check our get position method, we need to set those position prices here as well. So we could do the position that's position prices equals to set position prices. So we'll give it this position. We don't have an order, so we're passing an empty variable to that. And yeah, that should work. So let's do that for our order as well. So order the position prices. So this would be an empty position info, and this would be the order. All right, so let's test that. So yeah, we can see that we got into the market at this price, and we're able to update it and modify the stops correctly. So that gives us a better, 500 points, 500 points for our TPM and stick for our stop loss. So now that's done. I think this guy should automatically start working. So let's just test it out and see. Let me start it up again. All right, so I'm gonna stop. Awesome. So we could see we're able to modify our stop loss properly. So once we got to about 60% of our take profits, we moved the stop loss to about 150 pips, which is 30%. So we check, it's about 150, thereabouts. Yeah. And yeah, so that hits TP, I think. Yeah, that hits TP. So that is stop loss, that hits break even. Alright, so move to break even. Stop loss. Alright guys, so there's an issue with the buy break even. So it's putting it at the exact price of the entry. So if we check the code, we could see that we used the wrong value here. So this should be the take profit points multiplied by the percentage to move the stop loss. So let's compile that and try it again. Trading stop loss, we move to break even, and we go out on the TP. So in a buy, it's a bit too fast. Yeah. So in a buy, it moved to 60%, and moved our stop loss to 30%, which is 150 pips. And yeah, it's TP. Okay. All right, so let's see how this does. Going a bit faster. I'm gonna look at the graph. All right, cool. So we track the deals. We could see a lot of stop loss getting hit, but at break even, or rather 30% of our take profit. And some are probably hitting our stop loss. So yeah. All right, so that's how you would implement your handle break even. So just to recap, this is the method we're going to use. So if we check if the position exists and the take profit, and the profit is above, 0. Then we get the point, the bid, and the ask, and also the digits. Then we calculate the percentage for our minimum, the minimum percentage to initiate the break even, and the percentage to move our break even stop loss. Then we get the actual prices here. But if it's a sell, we're going to do some minus instead of addition. Then if our stop loss isn't at that price, we then check if we should update the SL based off if the current price is greater than the minimum that we need to check, and if our stop loss is less than our break-even stop loss. And then we just do the opposite for a sell. Then if that value is true, we then just call update market position with the new price we want to use and the existing take profit that is there. And that's pretty much how you would implement your break-even stop loss. So let's move over to the trailing stop loss. All right, guys. So what we can do for our trailing is to create some new variables. So basically, we could have a bool that says enable trading, and this would be true. Then what we need to do is to get the value of how much we want to trail by. So the percentage to start trailing. I could just call it a trading percentage. Let's say, so we can then reuse this method. So if we also get to 60%, we want to, let's say, trail by 40% of our take profits. All right. So next thing we could then do is to reuse this method. So we could also say handle break even and trading instead. And then we could update this guy here. Enable trading. So since we're going to use both, we can update this guy. Enable break even. So that handles break even. Then we have the enable trading here. All right. So what do we want to do? We need to We need to know when to update our trailing. So we can have a boolean should update should trail. So what this would do is this will check if the position this will check if the position the current price is greater or equal to mean bid price. But if it's a sell, what we then need to do position the current price is less than or equal to mean bid price. All right, so if should trail, you can then call a new function, trail position. Let's create this here. That info. So over here we could then do so I'll create a double trailing points percentage value 100% minus the trailing percentage. So this is saying so assuming just for more clarity, if our take profit is 500 and we want to trail by 20%, that's us actually trailing by 80% from the bid price. So the bid price all the way down 80%. So that's like 20% of our take profits basically. So then we can then do the trailing points will be equals to the position dot or the take profit points multiplied by the trailing points percentage value divided by 100. So now we need to get the points equals to and then the trading points is going to be the points multiplied by the trading points. So let's get the bid and the ask. All right. Then also the digits. All right, great. So we can now check if the position that exists. Just to be sure. So what we can do is this is for the buy, and then we have one for the sell. All right. So inside here we need to get the we need to set the new price. So let's have the variable here called new price. So now the new price is equal to our normalized double the bid minus the trading points, and then the digits here. So if the position the stop loss equals to 0.0 or position the stop loss is less than our new price, and our new price is greater than position the open price. All right, then what we need to just do is to update market position, our new price. So now we're taking out the take profit. So take profit is going to be 0 because we're trading. So now we could just copy this over here I'll use the ax plus trading, and we could check if the stop loss is greater than the new price or if the new price is less than our open price, and then we trail. And yeah, let's test this out. So we set break even to false, so we can just test only trailing. So if we move, let's say 80%, I want to trail by say 20% of my trailing of my take profit percentage. So let's start. Let's slow it down. I think this went against us. All right, so the sell. All right, so we're trading 20%. And boom, got knocked off. And knocked off again. So I'm just going to keep trading 200 all the profits. Oh, that is not buy. Let me speed it up. All right. So I think some modification we need to do is to know if we actually hit TP or stop loss. Um, so we could check if the last close position, the profit is greater than 0.0. Let's call take profit is true. All right, so let's test this again. Because the values was scaling up when we went actually using. All right, so I have a buy, hit stop loss, we doubled up, we're trading, and we've scaled back down. Okay, speed it up. Okay, it's 560. All right, so I'm gonna sell, and I'll just speed it up. Oh, that's a nice trail. Nice. All right, let's play it off and see how it goes. All right, great. So not so bad. So everything will be like a stop loss because we're trading, but we're making some profits around it. All right, guys. So that's how you would implement the break-even stop loss and also your trailing stop loss using one simple method. So let's just recap. So we updated the method to if enable trading is true, we then check if we've moved on to our break-even minimum break-even price of 60%. If it's a sell, then we reverse this method. Then based off of that, we'll know if we should trail or not. So we just do some calculations here to get the trading points, to get the bid and the ask, and then get the prices based off of the bid and our trading points, how much we want to trail. If it is sell, we're using the ask and our trading points. All right, so that basically covers that. So the next thing we need to do is to go over our lot sizing. So basically how to calculate your lot based off your a risk percentage you want to do. So we'll go through that now. All right, so let's start. So what we need to do is to create some variables here. So we could have like an input to use lot size calculator. I'll call this true. Then we could have a double. We call this risk percentage. So that's like 0.5%. So in our orders file, we could then create a method that says lot size calculator. So what this will do is to take in the risk percentage and the stop loss points. Now what we can then do is to get the dollar risk, which is just basically the account balance multiplied by our risk percentage divided by 100. And then we could do normalized double, which is the dollar risk divided by our stop loss points from that to 2. All right, so now that's done, we can then go back to our code. So in our run method, we can add something here that says if our multiplier is not equal to 1, that's the only time we want to, do this. Let's multiply our lot size. Then if our take profit hits, we need to check if we're using a lot size calculator. And then we just use that percentage and stop loss points. Then we could also add it here. All right, that's looking good. Yeah, what we could do is to volume multiplied by multiply. Okay. So we could add some checks. Max min symbol min, and then we could have another one that checks the max. Well, then we need to flip this. So this should be max. This should be min. All right. So basically, if our lot size goes above the max for that symbol, we should just use the max for that symbol. But if our lot size is below the minimum, we should use the minimum for that symbol. All right, guys. So let's test this out. So we're using our lot size calculator and our risk is 0.5%. So if we do some quick maths on this, so 0.5 divided by 100 multiplied by the account size of 10K, that gives us $50 per risk. So if we do our points, our $50 divided by our TP points, which is 500, that gives us a volume of 0.1 as our lot size. So let's start this up. All right, so we do get 0.1 over there. Let this out. All right, so let's keep going. So now, based off of our multiplier, we're able to, triple that lot size to 0.3. And here we could trail, and yeah. So I'm just going to keep opening 0.1 until our lot size increases. So let's say if we say our lot size is like, our risk rather is 10% of the account. How many lots do we get? 2 standard lots. Nice. So here we're going to risk reached $1,000, which is 10% of 10K. So yeah, guys, that's talks about the lot sizing. So next thing we want to add to our bot is profit targets. So profit target basically means every time the EA starts, we want to have a profit. We want to get like a profit of maybe 10%, 8%, 5%. And once we get that profit, we want to, just stop trading for that day. So let's go ahead and implement this. So what we could do again is to have an input bool. Use profit target. Then we could have our double. So let's say 5%. All right, great. So now we have that. We could then do some quick maths here. So let's call this profit target inputs. So basically, our profit target is our starting balance plus multiplied by profit target input divided by 100. All right, so now we could, I think we had the comments here. Yeah. So now we could have daily drawdown, total drawdown, then profit target. So whenever we get to drawdown, we should also, recalculate our targets. So yeah, that looks good. Then when we reach our targets, we should also recalculate the, drawdowns. So on tick, yeah, so over here we could have our statements. So if the equity is greater than or equal to our profit targets, we can then, yeah, basically this rate our profit target. Then we delete all the positions on order, stop trading today, set can trade as true so that we can trade when the day starts, then we can recalculate our drawdowns. All right, guys, before we test, we also need to, so if our equity goes below our daily drawdown equity, we stop trading that day. Then we could also just recalculate daily drawdowns. All right, compound that. So let's test it out. So our use profit target is true. We're targeting 1% in a day. We have our balance protection on. We are not doing break even. We're only doing trailing of 20%. So if we move, let's say we move 50%, we trail for 20%. So let's start. So all right. So our daily drawdown is 96, total 92. Profit target is 10,100. So that hits stop loss. So now we're trailing this position. And boom. So immediately we got to 10,100, we stopped trading. So we recalculated our variables. So our next profit target is 10,200 and one. So we stopped trading on the first. So let's wait for the next day. And the second started and we start trading. So let's sell. So I'll buy now. All right, so what happened there is we reached our daily drawdown of 96 something, and we stopped trading for that day. So our profit target has been adjusted for the next day. Uh, all right, so we did reach our profit target for that day. So let's just watch it. I also read the profit target for the next day. So yeah, let's watch the graph and see how it goes. All right, guys. So we did have some bit of drawdowns here. We're able to, just stop it at 8% loss. So yeah, so I mean, if we optimize the new inputs we've had, you can definitely get a much more optimized bot based off of the variables we've created. Well, yeah, that's pretty much how you can implement your break-even stop loss, trailing stop loss, lot sizing, and your profit targets. So please, if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Also, my broker is in the description, so please check them out. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.